Hey everyone, I just wanted to apologize for not having an update video in quite a while, and especially I want to say hi to my new followers on YouTube and followers on Jess's journey. Thank you for following and continuing to watch my journey as I go through stage 4 breast cancer. I know it's been quite a while since an update video, so in September 13th, that weekend, I was in the ER, and I got admitted and I stayed in the hospital because I had a fracture in my lower back, and they wanted to do a procedure called a kyphoplasty. So I decided to stay there as well to help manage my pain. They got me on a pain regimen. And then Monday came, a doctor came in and told me that the doctor that was going to do the kyphoplasty procedure, which is basically cementing my bones together, they didn't want to do it because it was too risky, because it's right next to my spinal cords, and if that thing bursts or something goes wrong, my spinal cords would be in danger. So, and that was fine with me. I just kind of wish I would have known sooner, but they were able to help me manage my pain, which is another reason why I'm glad I did stay. And then the next couple of months after that, it was kind of difficult. I was going through a lot of anxiety and a major depression, trying to still wrap my head around my diagnosis and just the what ifs, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Just kind of, when you're given this kind of diagnosis, you reflect on your life. And then with me, I reflected on my life, but then I ended up beating up myself for some of the things I felt like I could have done better. And then just a lot of that stuff, especially having my son, making sure, thinking back, was I the best mom that I could be? Well, does he think I'm the best mom that I could be? And so, and then depression came along, and it was a very, very dark hole that was hard to get out of. And it was just a lot of dark thoughts that I shouldn't have really thought of, but at the same time, with my diagnosis, it's a possibility, and it's something that I would have to come to terms with. And that's the thing of the fact of dying and leaving my son behind, if that were to happen. And I hope it doesn't happen, and I'm praying that it doesn't happen. But with stage 4 and with cancer in general, you just don't know what's going to happen. And that's the sucky part about it. I had someone explain, it's almost as if you have this ticking clock on the top of your head, and it just won't go away. And after going through that and trying to figure out different things to help me get out of this funk, I finally did. I was happier. I was able to drive long distance and not hurt as much, or hurt in general, but I was getting back to my normal self, and it was feeling good because I talked to the support group that I'm in, talked to the family, and they just kept telling me to think positive. Don't live in fear. You can't live in fear, because what if you do live past the statistically the range of how long stage 4 breast cancer patients live for. What if you live past that, and then the whole time you were living in that fear for those 1 to 5 years? So that really helped a lot and helped me be able to get up out of bed and want to do something. There was days where I just sat there crying. I just sat in bed crying. I sat in the recliner crying. It was just this whole thing just takes a toll on you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it's like a roller coaster as well. And it's a roller coaster you can't seem to get off of, then even though you want to. Just as when I thought everything was going super well, yesterday, I did go, yesterday or the day before yesterday, can't remember, but trying to think now of the date so I don't forget, because today's the 20th, the 18th, 19th. It's on my discharge papers. I went to the ER because Wednesday night I went to watch a movie and I slightly moved my head, but then I felt this like strain of muscle and I was like, ugh, like could I even have strained my neck just now? Like it's anyways. So I went to the hospital because the pain the next day just kept increasing and increasing. It's as if my back pain from my fracture was in my jaw or in my neck area. And so it was excruciating. I don't normally go to the ER if my pain is unbearable, and it was because I couldn't move it. It was hard to swallow, and I could feel it on my left side. It was a pain in the ass, I should say. And so we did have a doctor who, I won't say too much, but just was oblivious in a way. And so after waiting hours in an ER, of course, I would finally get called back to a room and just asking me the simple questions of like, what's going on, all this, that. Gave me what I needed to try to help me with my pain, but necessarily it didn't really help me with my pain because it wasn't really something to help with pain, which is a bit frustrating. But then the doctor came back in because she had gone over, I believe just briefly went over my medical record and said I was being treated for cancer. And we wanted, my mom, Shauna, she spoke up about getting a CT of like my neck area, of like just my neck, because it was hurting just like my back. So when it comes to pain with me, it's not that I get scared. I get worried now only because finding out my back pain was much more than back pain. So it was kind of a little traumatizing when that first all happened. So any pain I feel, I kind of get scared. So she wanted to have a CT as a precaution. And at first, the doctor didn't want to do it because she thought I literally just had muscle spasm or like a muscle strain in my neck. But then she asked where all my cancer was, and I was like, in both femurs, in both hips, my sacrum, my lumbar, now in my cervical, not now in my cervical, sorry, in my jaw, and my rib. And so then we did a CT. And then, of course, it's another one of those things where I thought it was just neck pain. The neck pain could not be stemming from it. It could be, I don't know. I didn't really get the answers that I wanted. But it turns out my cancer has now spread to my neck. I've been doing a great deal of processing this, but not so much. I think I'm having a hard time because I'm confused. You guys saw like how huge my face was. It still is kind of huge, and I'll explain why. You saw how huge my face was, and when I started chemo, it went down significantly. And like, I'm walking without my cane. I can do stuff that I couldn't do before because of my back, and like, I thought it was working. So it's a bit confusing when you find out it spread somewhere else, and it's a bit scary. And so, and then come to find out else too, besides it being in my neck, I found out that my jaw is fractured, and the T3 of my cervical spine is it's slightly, what did they say? Slightly collapsing, which had led to a fracture, I believe. So I don't understand why. Like, not. So a lot of people ask me, like, how much pain are you in? And it's like, if I could explain it in my words, it wouldn't do it justice, and it sucks because at this point I'm tired of being in pain. I'm tired of being limited. I'm just tired. And I'm reaching that point of just being so tired that I just don't want to get out of bed. And plus, and I forgot to tell you guys, I'm doing radiation too. I'm like down to my 1, 2, 3, my last 3. Because I did 15 rounds, or I'm doing 15 rounds on my sacrum, because that's where my radiologist said that it has the most cancer. I totally forgot to put that in the video that I started radiation. So that's another reason why I'm so tired. I'm hurting. Like, it's never ending. And it's kind of frustrating because you just want at least one good day. Or you want many good days instead of all the hurting days. And it sucks, but you can't have it that way. You just got to try to make your good days. And that's what I try to do. But that's what I just wanted to update everybody on. Unfortunately, the update from before was good until now. And so I did follow up with my oncologist to let him know of the new finding in my neck. And I was told that it could have possibly been there the whole time. It was just so tiny that it couldn't be picked up on images, because even now it says it's on my sternum, but that wasn't there before. So now, confusion, like, how is this happening if I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing? So that's the update I have. Not a great update, but at least my anxiety and depression are kind of getting better. But with this new thing, I'm really trying not to go back in that place, because then I won't have another update video for another 3 to 4 months, because it just makes you not want to do anything. But anyways, enough of that. The holidays are coming up. I hope everyone's not too stressed out about shopping, getting gifts and all that. But I hope you have a great time with your family and friends on the holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, if you don't, travel safely if you're traveling anywhere. And of course, I will put the link for my GoFundMe. If you can share it, if you can donate, that would be amazing. If not, don't worry about it. And if you don't like donating to GoFundMe, I can provide you with Zelle, Cash App, or Venmo if you have any of those ones. It's just, thank you for following me this whole time, and I hope you continue to follow me.